Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Junior.
And I'm intoxicated.
And we're
drunk.
Nerdy. Okay, yes, we're drunk.
I thought you were going to say we're drunk.
And we're the Nerdy Bros.
We just said we were both going to say
you
drunk.
said you were going to say
I thought you were going to say it too, and then you didn't.
Yeah, drunk.
Yeah, and you're sexy. Are you being rude to the other people?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to... Stewie, stop that. It really grinds my gears.
Look, I'm gonna do something that's gonna freak you out.
Yo, drunk.
Yo,
sexy.
All right, yes, we went through that bit.
I also haven't drank this much in a long time, so yeah. It only took
no one knows
two and a half.
No one knows you were like, I also haven't drank. No one knows this previous conversation that we just had when I said I haven't been drunk since January.
I'm just saying, like, this is my third like rum and Dr. Pepper, and I have had one of these.
The last time I drank this much, I was with a clown.
You were the clown.
I am a clown. Oh, God. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. I know it was, a little weird, no video, but I don't know. Maybe we can figure out a way. Maybe we'll do some live streaming, video gaming, and podcasting simultaneously. I don't know.
We're talking a little about... That's too much Flaming Hot Cheetos.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. I'm drunk.
You're motorboating?
Yeah.
We've been... Son of a bitch. You old sailor, you.
You old sailor. Where is she? She's still in the house? We've been talking about Twitch, too. Like, I don't know. We just want to get out there. It's not to say that we don't love and appreciate everyone who has been coming back and listening to the show and being here. We love all of you guys. But, Junior and I, my brother and myself, we just want to... We want to get out further into the community of like the nerds. We want you guys to come out of the woodworks, listen to us. I know a lot of us are out there and stuff. So
please share.
We want to reach out to all of you guys and just have more people listen to the show. I don't know, make more friends or be part of like a newer community. We would love that.
We would love to grow the community. Like I said, we would really appreciate if you guys bought a t-shirt or a tank top and help support. But if you can't,
even if not that,
totally
more than that, we'd appreciate if you guys liked and shared.
And shared it. That's really the main
put us
thing
out
that
there. We're trying to see more people have more audience interaction and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As always, we appreciate all of our friends that listen to the show and talk to us, like Jamie Z3000, my buddy Joey from Nashville, my friends from work. We love all of you guys and appreciate every time you talk to us at all. But we're just looking for more online friends, more online community, and more drinking buddies, maybe.
Yeah. So please share it. Share the podcast. Share
God,
it.
You were right. This tastes exactly like maple syrup.
Doesn't it? But it tastes like good though, right?
It's not bad.
So yeah, I decided not to buy Captain Morgan. Should have brought the bottle down. The bottle looks really cool. It has it's like an X-Men. It really looks like a pirate bottle.
Must have been terrible for you, Jack. Must have been terrible. Well, it bloody is now.
What happened to the rum? The rum is gone.
The rum is gone.
But why is the rum gone? Yeah. I bought this new rum, and yeah, it tastes like maple syrup. It's fucking delicious. I like rum and Dr. Pepper over rum and Coke. Rum and Coke is delicious, but rum and Dr. Pepper is where it's at.
It is superior.
And yeah, it tastes like I'm drinking like maple syrup. It's so fucking good.
So good.
Anyway.
Anywho's
share the podcast.
Share the podcast, guys. Come on. We're trying to get out there. Everyone that keeps listening, guys, if you guys like the show, help us get bigger. Anyways, as always, even though we might be intoxicated, we're going to start the show as we always do with something called Junior's Hot Take. And this is the part of the show where we take something new and upcoming called Junior's Hot Take and Hot to Pick. I can't talk right now because I've been drinking. Junior, you already know what I'm talking about. There's a new game out there.
Yep.
Lately, I've been talking about a lot of movies and TV shows, and I haven't been diving into any new movie stuff. But there is a new game.
New movies? You mean new game stuff?
Yeah, that I'm been pretty excited. Kind of. I've seen the trailers for it. I'm not sure if it's going to be an indie game or if it's more of a full feature length game. Lies of P, though. Have you heard anything about this?
No, I literally had not heard about any. I literally had heard nothing about this game until you told me about it.
All right. Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. It literally looks like Bloodborne. However,
do you know who makes? Do you know who?
I have no idea. I don't.
I'm gonna look it all up.
In the same way that you memorize like directors, in my eyes, in my mind, in my intoxicated brain, directors, you guys 100% deserve a lot of credit. I don't remember any of your names.
This game is way away.
Way away?
Yeah.
No. I heard 2022, maybe early 2023.
TBA 20.
No. There was a couple things about that, but there's already a gameplay trailer out, so I don't want to say it's completely 2023. It's just they're not sure yet.
Well, it's already saying only PS5. And
Good. I'm
Xbox
just kidding.
Series X, which means like it's not coming out for a while.
Well, but
I'd basically phasing out PS4.
I'd feel like in the new year they'd probably phase out PS4. I would assume so. They eventually always have to phase out the new console systems. But what I'm saying is basically like, yeah, I don't remember game creators. It's not that you guys don't deserve credit.
Are you a puppet?
You're Pinocchio.
Yeah,
Lies of P, Pinocchio.
It says inspired by the familiar story of Pinocchio.
Yes, you are playing as Pinocchio and you're looking for Geppetto. And I recently saw this TikTok.
Your father. Is there a whale boss, do you think?
Who knows?
Monstro?
I mean, Monstro might be the final boss. I burped again.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
We're
drunk.
off to a hot start.
Yeah, super hot. My breath is. I recently saw somebody posted Lies of P on TikTok, and they talked about how there was a new mechanic where if you lie to more characters, the more human you become. But if you tell the truth, the more mechanical you stay. And it's like, it's
So
funny.
you're like an android or just a straight up robot?
Well, it's more, I mean, you could think of it more as like, Pinocchio was a puppet. So you could think of it as more as like the quote unquote mechanical parts were more so how they would make you move in this world of Lies of P. And, same as always, even in the folklore, Pinocchio's trying to become this human or a real boy. So
I'm a real boy.
I think it's a like hilarious twist on humanity that the more you lie in the game, the closer you become to human.
God. Oh.
No, not to God. To becoming human. And like the more honest you stay like this mechanical part which you originally created. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I know you've seen, like, I sent you a TikTok about it. So how does it look to you though?
Well, I watched a trailer with you just upstairs before we came down here. It looks cool. I haven't seen any sort of gameplay or anything for it yet. I was just like kind of looking it up. It's like not from software. So like, who do you think it's gonna play like a Dark Souls game, or is it gonna be? I don't know, because the last game that I played that you were like, this is kind of like Dark Souls anime, was that vampire game, and I didn't like it.
Code Vein?
Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't beat it either, did you?
No, I didn't like it. I beat like the first like two bosses, and I was like, I don't like this game.
Were you just bad?
I mean, yes, but it's also the fact that like
Code Vein was a great game.
it was like you have to use like this. It was like you picked a weapon and it's like that's your weapon.
No, that wasn't at all like that. You could 100%. You could change your class constantly.
Yeah, but that was the part that I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like the game at all. Because, like, being able to change your class, like, mid-game just sounds stupid.
I was good at it. I was constantly good at changing my class throughout the game.
I was like, you had to change your class for certain bosses.
Once you maxed out a skill in a different class, not all of them, but some of them, once you maxed out a skill, you could carry it over to whatever class you wanted to. And I was constantly doing that.
I didn't like the game. I beat, like, the first, like, two bosses, and then after that, I was like, fuck this game.
It's a good game. You're just get good, Junior.
No, I didn't like it at all. I beat some of the bosses. It
sounds like you only beat 2.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's all I needed. After I beat the first 2, I was like, I don't like this game, and then I was like, I'm done. I don't need to play this game anymore. I didn't like it. If I'm being super honest, I'm struggling to. Maybe it's just because I haven't played enough, but I'm just struggling with Deathloop. That's why I've been distracting myself with other games.
What do you mean struggling? Like you feel like you're bad at it and it's too hard? Or
No. Not that. I just feel like I'm like... Right now, I think it's just because I'm too early and I don't have like any of my powers yet. I'm still really, really early into the game, and I'm like, I don't have any powers. It was like at this point you already had at least like 1 or 2 powers in Dishonored. So I'm like, I don't have any of my like magic powers yet or whatever. So I'm just like running around and doing the like, I'm like basic right now. I'm still so early that I just have to do whatever the game tells me to do. Like I can't really deviate and be like, I'm going to go explore a little bit. Like I have to do whatever the game tells me because otherwise I'll just get shit on and I don't have any powers. So I'm finding it a little annoying. I know I need to like push through this to get to where the game gets good. I just haven't yet. But like, that's why I've been distracting myself with other games. Which is why I got the fucking Lego Jurassic Park game collection, and I platinumed that.
Hell yeah. All right, well, we haven't even... Okay, well, we're still talking about the hot take, and somehow we ended up on you platinum the game. So let's move things...
I'm just saying that I haven't
really...
really seen too much about the game, but it looks cool, so I'm interested... I mean, I'm just glad that it's not coming out like really soon because there's a lot of games. Well, like
I wouldn't even say there's a lot.
It's not a lot of games, but the 2 games that I want to play are coming out within like weeks of each other.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
100% true.
So
yes,
but yeah,
yes.
All right, yes. I mean, even if I don't buy the game right away,
I mean,
I
I'll
know
have
that
it.
you will.
I'll
so
have
like,
it, yeah.
I'll watch you play it, and if I'm like, okay, this looks like something I'm down with, I'll either buy it or I'll wait till you beat it and then borrow
I'm
it from
down
you.
with the sickness. Yeah.
Just like I'm gonna borrow the Guardians game from you and get the platinum as well.
You're not allowed to.
So it looked kind of cool. I didn't really want to play the Avengers game, but like that, watching you play this one looked pretty cool. So
the Guardians game is 100 times better than the Avengers game.
Sweet, yeah. Then I'm down. I'm down for that. Anyway,
moving things right along, we come to a fan favorite segment known as
Anime is an important part of our culture.
All right, you went a little bit longer.
I'm sorry, I was cooking.
Guys, stop burping directly into the fucking mic.
Why?
You can burp, just stop burping into the mic. I'm sure there's plenty of people that probably don't like that.
There's no way my burp is louder.
I didn't say it was louder.
It's just
Nobody
gross.
wants to hear you just burping into the mic every
I've had
10
friends.
minutes.
I have friends at work that like
Tell your friends about me.
Here's a fun fact about me. I hate myself.
Stupid.
No, just kidding. I don't drink as much pop as I used to, like growing up. So I stay very far away from it. And I also have a lot of trouble burping in general. Like one of the main, even though I love beer and it's usually what I go for instead of liquor, I tend to stay away from drinking a lot really quickly because I get like a buildup of gas that won't let me burp, and then it makes me feel uncomfortable. So like you'll see me at like a party or a bar just sitting there just trying to get like the burp to finally like come
You
out.
suck. I can make myself a burp on command.
I don't hate people that are able to burp on command. I hate my brother because he can do like these gross, disgusting wet burps, and everybody, you know what I'm talking about.
But I'm not gonna do it because again, I'm not gonna be disgusting.
Anyways, yeah, but we know you are. So I can't burp on command. So half the time I have to sit there and wait for like the burp to come out before I can really do it. Like for anybody that knows video game drinking games, you guys probably know drunk driving with Mario Kart. When I was younger, I was able to do that easily. And for those of you who don't know drunk Mario Kart and you want to have a good time with friends, all that basically is everybody gets one drink, whether it be a beer, a mixed drink, or like a wine glass, and you have to finish the drink before you finish the race, and you are not allowed to drink while you are driving. Most of the time the game is called drunk driving or don't drink and drive. But now I could do like one game, and then like if somebody wants to play right away, I'm like, nah, you got to give me like 20 minutes to get this burp out, otherwise I won't be able to like stomach it. So pussy. Fuck you. I lost my train of thought and why I was even explaining this.
I just told you to stop burping into the mic.
That's why. Yeah. So basically, yeah. Now at this point, because I was talking about friends at work. Yeah.
Tell your friends about me.
Yeah. So I sometimes don't even pack a lunch for work. Though
Just beer.
Yeah. No, not beer. I don't drink. I don't drink at work.
just
Target, don't fire me. No, everybody fucking buys the Gatorades from the vending machines and a new thing we have like right away. So half the time they only leave like pop or soda leftovers. So I end up having to like get one of them to like drink. So because I don't
drink water.
because I don't eat a lot of gassy food. Like for an entire year, I had to cut soda completely out of my diet, and I literally was like barely ever burping. And every time I do drink something that's fizzy, I burp a lot. So
Like fizzy lifting drinks.
fizzy lifting drinks, yeah, and I float too and fly. You stole fizzy lifting drink. No,
You get nothing.
So like now I'll like drink. It's like to me like I burp and it's just like, oh my god, I never do that. But to like my friends at work, like I'll burp and they'll be like, you didn't say excuse me, and I was like, I'm sorry, but yeah. So like I just hit the mic with my headphone. I constantly forget to say excuse me, but like if I feel like I have to burp, I let it out right away. I don't hold in that shit because I have trouble burping.
Nice.
My guess.
Anyway, anime is what we're really talking about.
Yeah.
Now you're fucking.
Yeah.
burping.
Wait. I was fucking went into that and forgot to talk about anime.
Stop pounding on the table.
I don't want to. Cowboy Bebop. The new series is coming out this December, right? I'm not wrong.
I don't know, but it's coming out.
It's coming out soon. I might be wrong about something. We just talked about December about something else. But anyways, it is a cult classic anime that people love, and I'm literally on like episode 18, close to finishing the series. I am super upset with myself for not finishing it earlier on, but I am finally close to finishing it.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. And I'm like, there was never, and I feel like I've said this
No,
on
it comes out November 19th.
Oh shit! So I gotta finish it. A good thing I'm on like
Comes
episode
out
18. 5
next
days from now.
Friday.
Yeah. So I'm gonna binge watch all of that probably. So
Don't challenge me,
are
bitch.
you challenged? No, I'm just kidding. I'll lose. I'm about to finish
Burp
it.
on command.
And like, not only have I wanted to finish this series, and I don't really, it was never about that I didn't like the show. Just for whatever reason it was, I would watch like the first couple episodes, fall off, watch something else, and then never come back to it. I'm finally going through all of it because I want to have the entire knowledge of this series before I watch the brand new one. And I feel like that'll give both of us, because I know you've already watched all of Cowboy Bebop, a unique perspective on the show to be able to do a good compare and contrast for the podcast, especially. So I've been sticking to it relatively well. So I've been diving right in the middle of that anime. What about you, Junior? Have you been watching?
Well,
any
it'll be
anime?
fresher for you. I watched Cowboy Bebop like last year.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I feel like that's one of the animes that kind of like stick out. And I remember there was a you had kind of like talked to me.
Well, it's like not super story driven. So like,
there's
it's like each episode is its own thing for the most part.
But you also know that the main character, Spike Spiegel's got his own backstory, and there's a few episodes where his backstory comes into play, and you know what he's about. So, like, let's talk about that for a hot minute. Do you think that number one, we know it's a show, it's not a movie. So, do you think they're going to try to recreate the episodes that are in the anime?
Maybe not all of them, but we've already seen still shots of Spike and Vicious, the famous scene where like Vicious has the sword and Spike's like pointing the gun at him in the but stained glass backdrop.
Yeah. But that stained glass backdrop is an early episode, not their final encounter.
Yeah. That's like episode like 4 or 5.
Yeah. So like there's no guarantee that this is going to be a one and done series. However, depending on how many episodes they put out, which we don't know, it definitely could be. And we've also seen that they haven't incorporated Ed into the show. It's just Spike, Faye, and Jet, and Ein, of course, the corgi pup, which is I think like episode 3 or 2, very early on. And I was talking to Junior like earlier how like Ed, if for whatever reason, if Ed is your favorite character from the Cowboy Bebop series, I'm just saying he doesn't really add a lot after he's added into the show. I was talking to Junior about how like he's not even technically like, I wouldn't even say he's comic relief it's more, he's like a weird relief. Like he just does like weird random stuff from time to time. 100% could be taken out of the show without damaging the show at all. In my opinion, if I'm wrong, yell at me. Tell me, please. I'm drunk. Let's fight. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, I don't like Ed. Big whoop. Want to fight about it? So I might have added too much rum to this drink.
Never enough.
Never enough. Never enough.
I knew that'd get you.
What?
I knew that'd get you.
Did you? I haven't even seen the movie. You're the one that's seen it.
Of course I have. The movie's awesome. I
But-
knew that'd get you. Anyway, anime. Well, I finally finished Tokyo Revengers.
How did you feel about that ending though?
It was nuts.
Yes.
It was fucking crazy. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know. Again, after watching Erased, I mean, obviously, I think Tokyo Revengers isn't like a new manga, right? The manga is actually over for Tokyo Revengers.
I have no idea.
Because I think I've seen people on TikTok say that they've already read the entire manga, so they already know what happens. But yeah, the show was the first season, 24 episodes, or was it 22? No, it was 24, right?
It was 20. It was 24 episodes.
Yeah. Crazy ass ending. So we'll have to see where they're gonna go from there. But yeah, Erased was able to fucking wrap everything up in 12 episodes, half that. Which
No, so it looks
this has
like
a
it
lot
might
of
still be
similar
going
shit.
on.
Okay.
The manga started in 2017 and it's still going on to present, so
Interesting.
interesting indeed, because that show's awesome. If you guys haven't watched it, watch it.
Stop hitting the table.
What does that do?
It fucking shakes everything. So stop burping into the mic.
I did it again.
Yeah, you're a fuck boy.
Guys, Junior's yelling at me. I don't know if he can hear me.
I like to whisper too.
I like to whisper too.
You're an idiot. Anime. Well, that's it. That was the only anime that I had left to watch and to be caught up on. So I'm not watching any anime anymore.
Yeah,
right now.
I haven't started any new.
Well, I haven't
slash
started
old anime.
Demon Souls yet, or not Demon Souls.
Demon Souls.
Demon
We
Slayer.
platinumed it. We already talked
I haven't
about it.
started Demon Slayer yet.
But I already told you that it was just the first episode that I needed you to watch. Besides that, it's just.
Well,
been
I don't know what
movie.
episode they're on right now, though.
It's like episode 5.
So probably still like 2 or 3 more episodes before we get anything new.
Yes. Although, let's be honest, you could 100% rewatch the Rengoku versus the demon fight and be fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I don't think. Isn't there other movies coming soon? Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen is in December, which
Okay.
I'm extremely excited for. Some people have been talking about maybe the second season might start up there, which I don't think is true. It's just going to be the movie. And besides that, we talked about a lot of we talked about a lot of newer stuff that's coming out in the last week's episode. Like, I cannot wait for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for the new season. Like, that is going to be immense.
Are you a Stan user?
Dude, I would 100% be a Stan user, but I will die on this hill. I would have totally been a Hamon user. Like, I just really like the power of Hamon. I had no issue with it.
Hamon.
Yeah, Hamon. Yeah, I would have totally been a Hamon user. I liked it. But yes,
You would. Yep.
I would definitely be a stand user. The only problem with being a stand user is, even though JoJo's probably like an older manga / anime, so there are some people that have probably reused that. Like, I mean, you could even look at it in like Shaman King is almost like basically being like a stand user and just having like this extra like spiritual / psychic energy that is helping you. So I feel like that's kind of been like replayed to the point that you could do that. And it's also just something cool to think about, that there's just like, it's you fighting, but it's also another version of you fighting. So I don't know what it was about Diamond Dust Rebellion. I think that's what it's called, Diamond Dust Rebellion. That was like, it's just, I honestly, for every JoJo fan out there, and I mean, you can, again, correct me if I'm wrong.
The fucking JoJo's manga started in 1987.
Yeah. So here's the thing. JoJo is so over the top And I don't mean in action. And that's what I think is that like hump that you have to get over. It's the fact that it's
Didn't
not...
you like hate one season and now you're like, I can't wait
No,
for
that's
the
the
next
thing what I'm saying.
season?
Like, I really liked the first season when there was hormone energy, and then they switched to stands, and that was like when I got like not even
Was there an
halfway.
explanation why?
No, not necessarily. It was just like, it was just a new power that came out, and like even in the newer season,
Even dogs can use it.
the secondary. Yeah. No. The dog could use a stand, not
Yeah, the stand.
not
That's what I'm
hormone
talking about.
energy. In Diamond Dust Rebellion, one of the main characters.
Diamond Dust Rebellion.
Yeah, it's called Diamond Dust Rebellion, I think. Nope, that's
Isn't that
the ice move that Shiva can use in Final Fantasy.
I was like, what are you talking about?
It's called Diamond something.
For some reason I thought that had something to do with Full Metal Alchemist.
No, not Fullmetal. It has to do with Final Fantasy. Oh, my bad. It's not Diamond Dust Rebellion. It's Diamond. Diamond is Unbreakable is what it's called. And Diamond is... Don't mind me, guys. I'm
Diamond Dust Rebellion. Yeah, double down, keep drinking.
And Diamond is Unbreakable. One of the main characters is Joe from like half the part of season 1, the second Joe, which is the grandson of the original Joe, and he can use a stand and hormone energy. But anyways, the thing is basically is just I feel like this is literally the only anime that started with kind of one power and switched. It started with one power and switched to another. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's been going on for a while. It's like I've even talked about this earlier on the podcast. They've gone so far. There is a season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where like Jesus is in the series. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yes, my son.
And he's a Hamon user.
I have no. He would only be stand user. They got rid of Hamon as soon as
he's a stand user.
Yeah, he's either a stand user or he's
actually Jesus Christ.
There's probably a season where like everybody's stand is a god. I don't know. But
holy crap.
Yeah, it's a cool show. It's like I said, it literally just it's just a hill that you have to get over because you have to get past like the over the topness.
Well, isn't there like characters that are like named after like famous musicians and bands and shit?
That's all in Diamond is Unbreakable and the funny thing is like basically Japan used all of the famous band names or band singers in the manga, but when it got translated to English, they weren't allowed to say the same thing. So they had to change everything. So like if you watch it in Japanese with English subtitles, they'll say like REO Speedwagon. So you'll hear them say it, but then the subtitles will say something else because they were getting sued for it, so they weren't allowed to anymore.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah, copyright infringement basically. But yeah, the action is cool, and some of the fighting, and this is why I've told you before that I feel like you would really like it because it's not so much about like I'm stronger than you, so I'm gonna win. It depends on how you use your power, so it becomes more about like an intelligence fighting game than a like, you know, my muscles are bigger than yours. I win. I've trained longer.
I can't get past the fact that the next season is like this isn't the same JoJo. This is Joe. It's been 15 years and this is JoJo's grandson.
Yeah.
And his name is still JoJo.
No. That's not what it is. It's
like Joseph Joestar.
Yeah. The first season.
Joseph Joestar Jr.
No, it's oh God.
Stupid.
I just know because
I am looking for a new anime
Joseph.
to watch.
The original is Joseph Joestar. Then it's his grandson.
Oh,
guys, don't mind me. Let me just drink a little more. It's Joseph. Then it's something else. And in Diamond Dust
Rebellion.
No, it's not Diamond is Rebellion. I fucked it up again. It's Diamond is Unbreakable. There it is. In Diamond is Unbreakable, it's Jotaro. And that's like one of the most famous, like, and it was all over TikTok for a while, and anime TikTok especially, because a lot of people were doing the Dio pose, where you would hear the Jotaro, Dio, and you would just see like the Dio pose is basically keeping your feet like on the ground, but seeing how far you could like back, almost like a Matrix pose, or like a Neo dodging bullets, but it's not a pose. It's just, or I shouldn't say it's not you dodging bullets. It's a pose, just going how far back can you lead down, and that was like a huge thing. So
A
Jotaro,
huge freaking goy.
yeah. Jotaro was like Diamond is Unbreakable. And then in the fourth iteration, it was Joichi, which was.
Yatomatoichi.
No, Joichi was a son of the second iteration of Joestars. And then.
So he's the great grandson.
No, it was really weird. So again, here it is. So it was.
You don't have to explain it.
Let's explain it real quick, just for everyone that doesn't know. Once again, it's Joseph.
Nobody cares.
No, I don't think it was Joseph. I think it was just Joe Joestar, and then Joseph Joestar was the grandson. Then it was.
I'll put a family tree up.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
Then it actually was the grandson of him, because Joseph Joestar
What?
has a
what
daughter.
descendant are they
He
in
has,
right
he
now?
has a daughter, not a son. He has a daughter, and that becomes Joichi. But then apparently Joseph Joestar cheated on his wife and had another kid,
Sacre bleu.
and that's Joichi. And the fifth iteration is actually Dio, who had stolen the body of the original Joestar, and that's who they were. And that was like an offspring of him. And I have no idea what the sixth iteration. I don't know. Watch it, guys. It's a lot of fun, and it's actually really funny. Some of the fight scenes are fucking fantastic. Again, some of the intelligence that just comes behind some of the fight scenes. That's not just, again, so much about like my muscles or technique is better than yours. It's just about being smart. It's a good anime. I love it. I have a lot of fun with it. I cannot wait for the new season.
I'm looking for a new anime. Any anime recommendations, I'm here for them. But not JoJo. And if you say One Piece, I'll punch you in the face.
Jotaro Dio. Well, you could totally watch One Piece. You're
I'm
already
not starting.
You're
I'm
far.
not watching. It.
You
I'm
already
not that
watched
far.
like 80 episodes.
Yes, that's not even 1/10 of the way.
Yes, it is. It hasn't made it to 1,000 yet.
Don't lie to me.
We're about to make it to 1,000, baby. Everyone that watches One Piece, we love you. We support you. Keep at it.
That's not me.
So
Anyway,
did you say segment over earlier?
I was about to.
Oh, I thought
segment over.
I thought you said it earlier, and somehow
No.
we stayed on topic.
All right. So what have I been doing? Watching, playing. Let's see. I platinumed the Jurassic World Lego game, which was the first 3 Jurassic Parks and then the first Jurassic World. So it didn't include the newest Jurassic World, which was Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom. I just got the platinum. It wasn't really hard, but it was very time consuming.
Yes.
And while I was looking to see if I was gonna go back and play, I think I'm gonna try to get a platinum for a game that like I got when I first got my PS4.
Mm-hmm.
But I also pulled out Cyberpunk because now that I have a PS5, I think I should try to give that another shot because, I mean, like within the first like couple hours that I played, other than all the glitching, it was fun and it looked cool. So I think it's time to give it another shot now that I have a PS5.
Def.
In other news, my TV is taking a shit on me, so now I have to get a new TV. So hopefully within the next couple of days I'll be getting a new TV for the living room because that's where I play my video games. Let's see, what else?
Should we all be so lucky?
Fuck my ass, what else? Shang Chi is on Disney Plus, but I haven't seen it yet.
Hopefully
but I will.
tomorrow?
Yeah. But I will because I never went to see it in theater, so I do want to see it.
I did.
So yeah, no, you went without me. So I'm gonna see that, and that's pretty much it. I don't think I've really watched any other movies lately. So I just been playing video games. But we finished we've been keeping up with the Chucky series, and we finished the first season of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Hell yeah, we did.
And we just finished the 5th episode of that new League of Legends show, Arcane.
Yes.
So go ahead and tell us what you've been watching or playing or whatever, and then we'll circle back to some of the other stuff.
I platinum Guardians of the Galaxy.
And I'm going to borrow that and also get the plat.
200% way better than the Avengers game. The Guardians of the Galaxy.
You didn't even beat the Avengers game, did you?
Yes, I did. I told you. I said it on the podcast.
I am sorry.
Thanks for.
I am sorry.
Like, it's not even to say thanks for listening to the podcast. It's more of just thanks for listening to me while we're on the podcast.
Sometimes I do zone you out.
Sometimes I do zone you. Fuck you.
Sometimes I do zone you out.
Yeah, I beat the Avengers game. The Guardians 200% better than the Avengers game. And the problem was this, and at the same time, it's also almost my issue with the Guardians game. They put way more emphasis in the Guardians game into the story / like graphics and character kind of like development, right? But here's the thing. In Guardians of the Galaxy, the video game that just came out recently, you only play as Star-Lord. You're able to use abilities from the other characters, or at least the original Guardians, which is Rocket, Groot, Drax, and Gamora, which is funny because Max knows all of them. Your son, my nephew.
Yeah.
He was like watching me play and he was like naming all of them. So like you can like they fight with you and you can command them to use their different abilities and stuff, which is cool. But you only play.
He saw a picture of something and he goes, "That's Rocket," and I go, "No, that's not Rocket."
You can only play as Star-Lord though. You get to meet some of the other Guardians if you know your Marvel knowledge about that. But like those are your 5, right? And that was fine. Would it have been cooler if I could play as the other Guardians? Yes, it would have been. But that doesn't mean that the recipe they used was bad.
But I thought you kind of hated that about the Avengers game.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Here's the
Like
difference.
you're complaining about the shit that you hated.
No. Here's the difference. In the Avengers, you could play as each character uniquely. However, they dialed it back on everything else. Level layouts, garbage. Like most of the attacks sometimes felt super recycled. Graphics, super like low key compared to what it should have been. It's basically, if you were to combine both games and everything that they're good at, you would have an amazing, perfect game. And that's what both was necessarily lacking. But because Guardians focused more on, instead of just like, let's make it so they, like, that's what they always do. When you can play as, if you've played any Mortal Kombat or fighting character ever, eventually you can see that they're basically recycling some moves to they're just changing like colors or making something remotely different. Yeah. So that you're just
like Johnny
playing as
Cage throws
different.
a green ball, one of the other characters throws a blue ball, and you're like, that's the same move.
It's the same thing. So that's basically but that's what Guardians stayed away from, to the point where you're only playing as one character though. Avengers did a little bit different. They simplified things in that Avengers game in multiple aspects to just give you the illusion of like, hey, you're playing as multiple characters. So it's not to say that Avengers was a bad game.
So they got lazy.
More or less. It just turns into, like, I can understand a budget. It turned into, like, we want to give, like, the people a game where they can play as every Avenger, but we can't do everything super significantly. And I can understand that, but, like, I preferred the Guardians game over the Avengers. The Avengers game you probably preferred more if you had friends to play with. Like, I beat the game on my own.
Mm-hmm. Rightio.
So I've been playing that, and I'm actually really looking into like other indie games, but I really want to start playing Horizon Zero Dawn and get back into like everything I played with that.
Because the new one's coming out. I haven't even started the Frozen Wilds DLC yet. Well, I did start it, but I haven't actually like played it yet. Because I do also want to like get back into the groove before the Forbidden West comes out.
True. But I still feel like they'll give you like the tutorial, especially because you already have the platinum for the original game. That I feel like you'll be fine.
Yeah. I did beat the final boss all over again.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, just like for fun. So you platinum that game. We watched the ending of I Know What You Did Last Summer, where we just finished this 5th episode of Arcane, which is that League of Legends show.
Yes.
And we're still watching Chucky.
Yes.
So, okay, let's start with Chucky. How are you liking it so far?
I actually like everything that's going on with Chucky, and I kind of called what was going to happen in the last episode. And I love that they're doing the callbacks to the earlier Chuckies, not the revamped Chucky that came out, which again, wasn't necessarily that it was bad. What? I burped away from the mic like you asked me to, you asshole.
Yeah, but it was still loud.
I'm just, hey.
No, you're not.
I'm not. It wasn't, again, the newer Chucky, I'm not going to say it was a bad movie. Just compared to like what happened in the original was basically kind of revamping it. And now with the TV series, we see that they're going off of like the movies that were already in place. So I really like that.
Yeah, it was cool that they brought some of the characters from the other movie back in.
I think that you should watch the newer Chuckies that you missed, like the movies that you had missed out on, just to see a little bit more of what you had kind of missed out on.
I mean, you've basically explained it to me, which is why
I have.
That's the only reason why I haven't.
You could still watch them though. So there's that. But
I haven't even seen. I saw Only Way to Bride, so I haven't seen Seed. I haven't seen
Seed. You could probably stay away from.
I haven't seen the Cult of Chucky.
Seed.
And what's the other one?
It's Cult of Chucky, and then
It's just Cult and Seed are the only two I haven't
no,
seen.
No. It's Seed. Cult of Chucky's in the mental hospital. You're thinking of the one before that. I think there's one in the middle.
Is it just called Chucky?
No.
The Revenge of Chucky?
No.
Something like that, right?
God
Is
damn
it something
I
like
have to
that?
Look it up.
Look it up, Bookworm.
Look it up, Bookworm.
Yeah, so anyway, while you're looking that up, I'm also enjoying the show. I love that they're using the same voice actor that was the original Chucky still, who plays Wormtail from The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. He's like one of Saruman's minions, and he's like poisoning the King Theoden's ear. So
Curse. It's Curse.
The Curse of Chucky.
It's Curse of Chucky and then Cult of Chucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like that they're still using the same actor that voiced Chucky. In this last episode they brought back some characters for some of the other movies. I am enjoying it, but I guess it's like a fresh take. Like, I guess because Chucky's been going on for so long that I'm just like expecting shit to continue. And the kids are like, they're new to this. So they're like, we killed Chucky. And it's like, you fucking idiots.
But like,
you haven't done dick.
I like that because I think that, number one, especially because of how
like a fresh audience.
Besides the fact that the revamp, because the revamp, number one, was completely different from what the original was.
Yeah,
and we've talked about that before. There's no voodoo. It was just like basically maintenance problems. So it's picking back up. Yeah, it's picking back up off of that. And I feel like the show, even if it's a 1-season show, to like close up the like 6 movie series, I think would be awesome. And the fact that they're doing it off of that, I'm 100% okay with. So, like, I'm excited to see where that goes, and I'm 100% okay with it. I'm enjoying the show so far.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. I look forward to every week when the new episode comes out.
100%.
All right, so moving along, without giving away spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched it or is in the process of watching it, how did you feel about the season finale of I Know What You Did Last Summer?
I hated it.
I also hated it.
I hated it.
Like, you were really quiet through the episode, and then like I was just like, I was the one that I was like, what the fuck? And then like it just ended, we didn't even talk about it. We just immediately put Chucky on and started watching Chucky.
I hated it. I hated it.
Because like
Every time
when we were talking about it,
when
you were like explaining.
when you see like a mystery movie, a like even a murder mystery, or even a serial killer, even like the Scream series, like when the killer is revealed, there was like this big drop. Even in the original Scream, like I told you that Scream used to be a TV show. Like I know we're getting a new movie for Scream, but Scream had 3 seasons of a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
The first.
I wonder if they'll even be acknowledged.
Yeah, who knows? That's not the point. Who cares about that? The point is basically,
I mean, didn't they acknowledge the shit that happened in the show?
In what?
Like in the show, didn't they acknowledge?
No.
They never acknowledged any of the Scream
It's
movies?
100% completely different. They never call it a ghost face mask. It's a different mask. You'd have to watch it. Which I recommend. The first season especially was pretty good. The second season not too bad. The third season again for Scream is 100% is a completely different story, and I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. But I know what you did last summer. Like,
don't lie to me. There's no other.
Hated it. The show was so good up until the culmination of what is going on, and I literally felt it was like you trying to.
Like I said, I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, but it's just like it's like
I was like, this has nothing to do with.
It's like a teacher trying to tell you, like, let's see if you can figure this out on your own, and then like when you can't figure it out, the teacher's like, it was actually your hand the whole time, and you're like, what? What do you mean it was my hand? It was like it was bogus, and even like, and here's the thing. They don't even explain things correctly during the show. It's like after the final episode is over that the killer is explaining things themselves.
Yeah, so
and
that
even
get
then
like
you still felt like,
perspective.
what? This is what you guys went with? You guys could have gone with, like, I'm not going to lie. Both you and I came up with better endings of what we thought was going to happen than what actually happened, and I hated it. God,
I didn't like it
damn
either.
it. I hated it. I'm not going to tell
There's
people.
so many unanswered questions still.
I'm not going to tell people
like,
not to watch it. Here's the thing. I'm not going to tell people not to watch it. I would prefer people to watch it.
Just watch the
No,
Game of Thrones all over again.
Yeah. It's just
7 good episodes, and then they fucked it up with the eighth episode.
It's just so that, like, again, and this is what I honestly want. This is what the show to be like. You know, my dream would be like that this podcast does well to the point I would love, like, even if it was like 1,000 people to hit us up, and if like I want us to have the time to respond to like 1,000 people to this, like
we got 1,000 channels.
We get like 1,000. But it would be like, just, I'm not going to tell you guys not to watch the show because it was a good show, but I would want 1,000 opinions, if not more, about what this final episode was about and how you guys felt about it, whether or not you guys thought it was a good thing or it wasn't.
We'll have to ask our cousin because she was watching it too.
Yeah, for real. Karina, like, if you listen to the show, listen to this episode at the very least. What the fuck? Did you like it? Because no, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. I was just like, and it wasn't even like a big reveal. It was just, I was like, that's who it is.
It was stupid.
That's who it is.
It was,
and I was like,
stupid.
Oh, okay.
I remember watching, and then like the realization in my head hit, and I was like
neither one of us had that.
What?
We didn't look at each other and be like, holy shit.
No,
nothing. It just happened, and then I was like, oh, that's the killer.
It was barely a reveal. Like, most, like, at the very least in movies, when you get like a killer reveal, especially when it's like, you know, someone you don't suspect, or like the mystery unraveling, and like, I think one of the biggest things, something that I like sometimes that happens in movies or crime TV shows like this, you get this, like, if it's like, you know, maybe like a 3 to 5 minute, like, you see the killer or the villain like going through all the steps of everything they did that made this happen, and you could see all of it unfolding. And the show didn't even do that. It was just like, this is the
it's like you said, the way that they explained it after the credits, it's like,
garbage.
if you had to have that to explain it, that's a sign of that
Garbage.
was stupid.
Garbage on top of the fact that there's the possibility that there might be a new season to the point of just
there
like.
has to be a new season because
But I
based
hate
on
that.
what happened.
I hate.
They have so many
Yeah.
unanswered questions.
I hate that they left it open. Like
Plus, what happened at the end? Remember?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Here's the thing. I'm 100% gonna watch the new season, but I'm gonna hate myself while watching it because I know how much the.
Also,
ending-
because that shit doesn't make sense about what happened at the very end. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, just because it disappointed me. Like, yeah.
Now
But
all of a sudden I'm
watch
like,
it.
is there supernatural?
I'm gonna watch it.
things?
Somebody else watch this show and talk to us, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like the ending.
I
either.
just want this drink, like, even though it's pretty full, I want it to be at the bottom, so every time I take a sip, you could just hear the.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Idiot.
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, Arcane.
Oh my god.
They're coming out in. They're coming out in 3 episodes
And
at
that's
a
the
time.
thing. I think.
So we just watched the 5th one, so we have one more episode to
Here's
watch.
the thing that I don't feel like we talk about enough. It's computer games. I don't think we talk enough about them.
No, because because neither one of, I mean, you played League of Legends, but you don't play any other computer games. So it's like neither one of, we're not PC gamers.
We're not huge PC gamers. It's not to even the point
We're
that
console gamers.
We would never diss on PC gamers. I don't think either one of us would ever diss on them. It was just that we became more enamored with PC than we did on. If I was gonna say Junior and I were PC gamers, it was that we played a lot of like Solitaire and Spider Solitaire, and that's only like
growing
because
up,
of,
we
like, our
played
dad.
some PC games.
Yeah, some. So like,
Yeah.
and we could talk about those in a second, which is what I kind of want to do. But before then, I want to talk about Arcane, because number one, for years, if it was only like 2.5 or maybe 3 years, I played a lot of League. I did League of Legends.
I only watched you play like a handful of times.
Yeah,
I've never played
for those
it.
that don't know, League of Legends, which a lot of people feel like is a precursor on the off chance obviously you don't do your research or whatever. Most people look at League as being a Dota game, which was League's not the original. If you've only played League, Dota was the original version of that, which is basically it's like PvP or player versus computer. We have a few people watching lanes and protecting a main base, and you're trying to destroy the other person's base. And then you got League, and now you have Heart of the Swarm, which is nothing but Blizzard characters doing the same exact thing. But League has, first of all, Blizzard literally only pulled characters from other games. League is all original. It's not.
I love StarCraft.
Yeah.
That's the only
And
PC games I've ever
they
played.
have a lot of characters from StarCraft in Heart of the Swarm. Or not Heart of the Swarm. I don't know what it's called. Heart of the Swarm was actually the DLC expansion for StarCraft.
Yeah,
one of the
Kerrigan.
expansions. Yeah.
Queen of Blades.
Yeah. Which Dwight dresses up as in one of the Office episodes. League is all original characters. They're not pulled from anything else. They're all original characters. So drink more of this because I'm not going to finish it all. Otherwise, I might die.
I have 2 of these.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I'll drink it. I'll be fine. It's all original characters.
Daiquiris.
The lore, I think, started off a little small and then started to gradually build as time went on as they started adding more characters. I'm pretty sure there's over 100 champions at this point. I don't know if you want to look that up real quick to see how many champions there are now, but so many. For those of you that do play League, the cinematic trailers have been immense. League has become this. At this point, I would be surprised if the next Olympics doesn't have League in
There's
it.
157 champions.
There's 157 champions. So
There's 150 or more to see.
to be a Pokemon master is my destiny.
That's November 3rd, 2021. There's 157.
Yeah. So, I wouldn't be surprised if League becomes a new, Olympic event, especially with some of the teams that play. At this point, some people would be thinking, I'm going to play basketball forever, or football, baseball. I'm going to be part of, the national, sports league. Dude, fuck that, dude. Get good at games, and you could be part of these people, even, fighting games like Mortal Kombat and Justice League, Marvel vs. Capcom, even the new DBZ game, DBZ Fighters that came out. There's so many sponsors for all that stuff that comes out. League has been so influential with all that stuff, and this show, the fucking amazingness.
Like, I don't know anything about League, but I am enjoying the show.
Yeah,
the story's good.
The amazingness, the fucking beauty of the show, I feel like is nothing but a precursor of everything that this could be about. I've already heard of like an RPG that's coming out that will play more or less like Final Fantasy, which will have some of the League of Legends champions in it. Nothing like yet has been completely set in stone, or that I know anybody that's coming out like per se as of right now. But like I'm all for it. Yo, the way this show, like Junior said, we're only on the 5th episode. We missed the 6th episode. Last week 3 episodes came out. This Saturday 3 episodes came out. Next Saturday the final 3 episodes of the first season will come out, I should say. But I'm all 100% for like more seasons of this show, of every character's new beginning coming out, on top of the fact that there are so many other games you can make besides just this, basically Dota copy, and I'm 100% for it. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that League could start like
there's way too many episodes, way too many characters.
Yeah, GoFundMe for all this stuff, and they would get a stupid amount of money for getting all this shit happening, because League is so good.
So let me ask you a question.
Ask away,
Do you think that this season will revolve around these 2 characters? Well, obviously there's more characters, but it's like mainly about
Vi and Jinx.
Yeah. Do you think it will end and then a second season will carry on other characters, or do you think it's gonna just be these characters all the way through?
No. I'm hoping that this will kind of like if you know anything about League, like all the champions and stuff, basically what it is whoever's playing on the computer, you're kind of known as like a summoner. So you're taking these champions from their world and you're summoning them into the rift, which is where everybody's fighting. So that's basically all it is.
When you started playing, how many champions were there?
God, probably like 50.
That's still a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, they started with a decent amount. There was probably like around like between 20 and 30 champions when I first started. And
did you ever play with all of them to check them all out?
No. God, no. I had my favorites that I was like decent at. I am by no means, shape, or form any type of like an expert League player. I got good with one champion, and it was like, this is who I'm playing as because I don't die a lot. And that was basically it. There were very few rounds. I couldn't even say it was 50-50 where I would go positive. And this champion
hasn't been in the show yet that you played with?
No. I mean, I was decent with a couple. Like, I started with Garen, who is from Demacia, if you guys know. But I started as Garen. I really like playing as Blitzcrank, which was a robot. Solid, good support character. And then my favorite champion is Tryndamere, but if I played against bots, like if you're just playing against the AI, I was awesome. If I played against people, I was god awful. I was not a good Tryndamere. Because you were meant to be OP. People that play Tryndamere, you have to be good or you're going to suck ass and die all the time. But Tryndamere is probably my favorite champion. He was so awesome. I was pretty good. Like, I did, like, I would say 70-30 versus playing good/bad with this character known as Darius, who was
Darius Rucker?
No, he was like this great axe wielder, and just basically, like, his ultimate move was if I killed you with it, I immediately replenished my ultimate move instead of having to wait for a cooldown, and he was just super OP. So I played very early on. I played as Garen and Xin Zhao. But I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it. It was just, I never got that good with it. Like, my best friend is an amazing PC player, Troy. Shout out to you. And one of my favorite mechanics, more or less, of the game is basically, so like, let's say you wanted to use an ability that you could use from game-wise, 10, 15 feet away, right? So you would click to use the ability, and then an arrow would kind of point out to how far you could use it, right? So you could aim it. That was for novice players. A professional player could have their mouse already aimed where they wanted it to, and the moment they clicked the button, instead of having the aimer point out, so it was basically, it went from pressing the button twice to getting the move to work to just I've got my target, boom, and it works immediately. Like, one of my favorite support characters playing was Blitzcrank. He had this move where he shot out an arm, grabbed an enemy champion, and pulled them in. So the way I played was I don't remember what ability was, but it was WSAD, those 4 buttons that are right next to each other.
Yeah.
So you would hold your left hand over those 4 fingers, and then your mouse would kind of control your character. Yeah, those 4 buttons. Yeah, and then you would hold, what did I say? 4 fingers. I'm drunk.
I'm drunk. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm beautiful.
So you would hold your hand over those 4 buttons, and then your mouse
Stop
is
babysitting that drink, baby.
left. Fuck you. I'm not gonna just chug it on the show.
Chug it.
You would hold your finger over those 4 buttons.
On for an hour.
Left clicking would like move your character around, and then right clicking would, I think, like attack enemies. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't played in a while. But basically, so if my pinky was W and that was like my grab move, I would hit W and it would give me the cursor of how far it would go. And then I would eventually pick like when I wanted to use it. If I was a pro or like a good player, the moment I hit W, whatever way my mouse is pointed is where it would shoot it off to. And I never got to that point. And there was a shit ton of abilities that worked that way. So, but yeah, that's basically League more or less in a nutshell. It was just destroying towers till you got to somebody's base. They had a couple different, it's gotten so many different upgrades. It's a phenomenal game. Definitely something fun to get into, even if you just want to play against bots or just hang out with your friends. It's a good time, but it's awesome. And this show, Arcane, has been so good.
It's on Netflix, just in case.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
That yet.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So
like,
if
Netflix
you haven't,
is doing a fantastic job.
I haven't played a single second of League of Legends. I've watched Tito play a handful of times for a little bit, but I'm enjoying the show. It's not that hard to follow along. You don't have to have like played it to understand. The characters do get explained and stuff like that. I mean, it does help to have Tito there, and I'm like, oh, have you heard about this, or who's this? And Tito's like, oh, this guy's this guy, and whatever. But like, the show is good, the story's good. I am enjoying it, so I'm gonna keep watching it for sure. The only PC games that I ever played was StarCraft, and then like learning games that we played when we were like growing
You never
up.
played Diablo?
No, I never played Diablo.
I would be 100% fine with number one. StarCraft has, like, from what I know, like an immense and amazing storyline. So I would be 1,000% behind a storyline with StarCraft. And Diablo, like, especially like Diablo 4 is coming out soon. That's also, it's just there for like, make this story more like, I don't want to say necessarily efficient, might not be the word that I'm looking for, but if you could like condense this story to somebody else and like moving it along, it would also be fantastic. I mean, they fucking made Dungeons and Dragons into a movie like way back when, and it was a good movie.
Well, there was a few.
Yeah. Well, the original.
Like 3.
The original was a good one. After that, I
haven't
feel
seen
like,
any of the other ones.
Yeah, me neither. But like Netflix, you did awesome with this League of Legends show, Arcane. I'm all for it. Go gung ho with some of these other games. Like I mean, number one,
I gotta. Did you ever watch? And if you did you like it? The Warcraft movie.
I did. And I did like it.
I have it. I bought it.
I did like it.
I liked
and
it too.
It does follow.
But I think that it did badly, and they're not going to make a sequel.
It did badly in America. Worldwide, did amazing. So
I wish it would do a sequel. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool.
It was good for what they did, and they literally just went based on like. I talked to my buddy. Shout out to my buddy Sean from work, who's a huge Warcraft player and really likes it. They did a good job of explaining of what basically happens to the orcs, because if you play as the orcs in Warcraft, they're all green. And if you notice in the movie, they actually talk about the fact that they don't start off as green. They're more of like a whitish tan color first. And then it's like to combat, I don't know if it's some sickness or them being weak, but it turns them green. So it doesn't start off that way. But I think they did a good job with it.
They're all orcs, many of them.
There are orcs, many of them. Or you could just. Oh, blood.
What the fuck was this? I thought you actually spit.
No,
on
that was Gimli from Two Towers, where he just like licks that blood off the leaf and then spits immediately. Just goes, oh, blood. But no, I like. There's so much. We drop so much shit, and by we I mean me. There's so much awesome shit to work with. To go just to the like. I honestly feel like with how good
Superman.
with how good Arcane is doing, like I'm expecting more shit to come out soon, and it's awesome. I can't wait.
My Superman.
My cabbages. I have to pee again so badly.
I mean, we can wrap this up if you want.
Can we wrap it up? I don't know.
wrap
We've been
it
doing
up.
like really good, and I really like this episode. This is a good episode.
Yeah, maybe we'll get drunk some more and keep doing episodes.
Who knows? I'm
Man,
intoxicated. for
maybe
sure.
the next time we'll have a guest and we'll all get drunk.
I mean, we had our little brother on the last one. I'm talking to my buddy Troy. Hopefully, we'll have him on the next one. I'll talk to him this week, see what's going on. Guys, this year has been rough on me, and I'm broke, so I'm really not trying to go out that much. So, yeah, maybe I will tell Troy to come over this weekend, get another one going.
This year's been rough on all of us.
This year has been super
I'm not gonna
rough.
lie, 2021 sucked way worse than 2020.
Life. Can you not? Like, can you not?
Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, like we said at the beginning of the episode, we would really, really appreciate it if you bought some merch. If you can't, that's fine. We understand. Please share.
Like and share.
Like and share the podcast. Share it with your friends, your family, anybody, any other nerds that you know out there that you think, hey, you know what? They might also enjoy listening to these two fucking idiots.
The more you talk
talking
to
about
us, the more we can talk
nerd
about the
shit.
stuff that you guys want to talk about, / bring
tell
you guys
us.
up. Yeah.
Tell us about stuff that we haven't talked about that you would like to hear our
We would
opinion
love to hear
on.
about it. We'll have a whole ass segment based
We'll
on
have
the
a
people that
whole ass episode.
yeah, based on what people want to talk to us about. We would love audience interaction. That's what
And
we're
so,
going for.
Tito, where can the people find you?
You
God
guys
damn it! Stop
can
slapping
find,
your fist.
you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BanditoTito93, guys. I'd love to hear from you. Please reach out. What about you, Junior?
You guys can find me at Pops.Maniac as well as Nerdy.Bros.Inc. on Instagram. Send me a DM. Let me know what you guys are liking about the show, what you're not liking about the show, what you would like to hear us talk about on the show. We would really, really appreciate any and all feedback. Yeah. Cheers. Thanks for joining us on this. And if we got a little bit too rowdy or crazy, well, fuck you. I don't care. So
That's not true. We care.
But have a good week, guys.
Yeah, okay, guys. Boy.